Alright, I'm on hole number 1 of the Coastal Classic Tournament. It is in Monday's practice round of the Rookie Division. Let's call it what it is. Definitely want to come out today. Today's goal is to go out and make sure... Well, what I like to do when I'm coming on these holes is I want to be in a spot so that for the entire week I'm practicing this shot. I'm practicing this shot over and over and over again. And so my first goal when I come to these holes is to establish what club and ball it's going to take to get right here. And once I've got that worked out on a hole, then I know for the rest of the week I'm going to be able to practice this shot, and that this is the shot that I'm focused on. So that's what I want to do here is I want to end up out here in the front. I'm going to do a rough bump. Now it's going to be difficult doing the rough bump here because the wind is going in this direction. So we have to make an absolutely spot on wind adjustment down there, or I'm going to be in big trouble. The other way to go at this is to bring a backspin club and try and backspin it on. It looks like there may be just enough topspin in a Guardian, so I'm going to bring a Guardian just so that I can have more options. And I'm going to bring this bag right here. I'm going to bring my accurate bag with a Guardian. Let's try that out. I feel pretty good about the first shot. I'm going to use a Kingmaker. I'm using a Kingmaker for the 3 side spin on the drive, but it's also going to help me out distance-wise on the second shot, and it's going to help drop the wind. Alright, here we go. So my notes here, QB Kingmaker. You could also try a rock on this. I'm going to treat it like it's a mid club, so it's going to be about 1.5 per ring. I'm going to do a 10% wind adjustment on the drive going into the green, on the shot going into the green, and on the drive I'm going to do 4 topspin with maximum right hand side spin. And maximum curl. I'm trying to get it to come out into this area. Now with the way that the wind's blowing here, this shot out here is going to be pretty easy. But when you're going into the green, you're going to have a pure side wind. So taking the shot to the right is going to give you a pure tailwind coming in. That's why I'm saying the rough bump is going to be a little more tricky with that kind of wind, because the rough area there is so small that I may switch from doing the rough bump to doing a backspin shot. I'll have to see what it looks like. My opponent should be nicely on. No more than 4 topspin, but I want to get all of that side spin on there, so I'm going to do about 3.5 topspin. About 2.5 rings off. 3 ring adjustment. 100% accurate club, 1 per ring. Maximum curl. Hitting it perfect. And that top spin is just a little too much. So I'm going to change my notes here to 3 topspin. 3 topspin. Max. The whole goal is to be in a consistent spot when you're out there on the drive so that the second shot is standardized. You know every time you get there you're going to be taking that shot. Not that shot in a little bit more distance, or not that shot a little bit to the right, but you want to try and find a spot out there and get in that same spot over and over and over again. I can never figure out when people are setting up shots where he's anticipating that the wind's going to push him, and so he doesn't clip that. But that puts him off the hole. Why people don't set their shots up so they're going at the hole. If there was no wind, it would go in the hole, and then they can adjust out that wind. See how much distance I have here. I actually have enough distance. I could do the rough bump with the Nirvana. That is a very dangerous shot right there, but we're practicing today, so this will be a good indication of whether or not we got the wind adjustment right. I do 10%, so that's going to be 3/8. That is about 2 rings. Oh, and I sliced it. Forgot what club I was using. I knew I was running out of time. And over the deal. What were you thinking? That if I was in regular tournament play, there's no way that I would have tried doing a rough bump with my rough iron from that spot, because number one, if I was really counting this round, that this right here takes you out of the eagle, and you just want to get on the green and get your eagle and move on to the next hole. So I would have come at it from the right or the left and then just tried to dribble the ball onto the green, taken my eagle, and went on about my business. But when you're practicing, you can try out different shots with impunity. Somebody's watching this going, this guy's an idiot. That's why we practice. That's why we come out here and we want to play these holes, and we want to practice and practice and practice, so that when the weekend round comes, it's muscle memory. We know when we get to that hole, this is what we do. All right, that was hole number 1 of the Coastal Classic Tournament. Thanks for watching. Maybe if I can get my stuff to work here. Hey, what's the deal? All right. I guess not.